Evening, still a lot more to come here on the World Martial Arts Challenge. Just a couple of moments ago, Kathy the Punisher Long was victorious, and now we're getting set for our next event of the night.
All right, Bruce, it's the WMAC Junior Welterweight Championship. Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, the WKA North American Welterweight Kickboxing Champ, taking on Chris Anderson, the former WKA Lightweight Kickboxing Champion. Take a look at the numerical breakdown, the tail of the tape. You see Cunningham is 4 years the senior of Anderson. A 3-inch height advantage for Sugarfoot Cunningham. The weight is all even, and a slight reach advantage for Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, the WKA welterweight kickboxing champion. Priscilla Presley, one of many celebrities on hand here tonight. She is ringside, just off to our left, looking beautiful. Star of Naked Gun and many other movies.
Excellent. Naked Gun, outstanding.
Great movie. And we are getting set for the ring walk of Anderson. Chris Anderson, they call him the Pitbull. Here he comes, a native of West Palm Beach, Florida. Equally proficient in kickboxing as he is in the more traditional sport of boxing. Earned his black belt in Kenpo at age 12, and at age 13 he became a Golden Gloves champion. He says, "I don't quit." He's very confident. Used to be a boxer, but he told us kickboxing is twice as tough. And his last fight, he lost the title in Germany. So there he is, the Pitbull, Chris Anderson, 53-3, 24 years of age, goes 5'6", 139. And he looks determined, he looks ready, and so does Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham. As we take a look from behind Sugarfoot, he'll be making his entrance into the arena. Here he comes, looking like Ben-Hur. All he needs is a chariot right now. 43-0-1, 20 knockouts, and going for his 6th belt. Born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta, now based in Los Angeles, California. Now the crowd seeing him for the first time. The flashy Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, 5-time undefeated, undisputed welterweight champ.
The microphone is proof lasts the longest, so who's strong? It ain't a game, it's plain to see. You listen to the sounds of breathe. We're in the future up front. I never had a thought with a Geo, and if you ever do, yo, and never be with Leo. So when in the jet, maybe it's a Geo. Like I'm like Ben, so we'll get it up on Leo. Never have to worry about my posse getting jumped. Cause if we ever do,
a very interesting entrance, and Pitbull Anderson might be wondering what is going on here. Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, most intriguing, sporting the Egyptian look. So we're getting set for this World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Championship here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're set for the introductions. Let's rejoin Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, William F. Thomason and Jim Fitzgerald present 8 rounds of boxing, 8 rounds of kickboxing, 3-minute round, 1-minute rest period. This is for the World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. The referee of this contest is Corey Schaefer. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with gold trim and weighing in at 139 pounds, from West Palm Beach, Florida. He's a former WKA World Lightweight Champion. He brings a record of 53-3, 42 KOs. Introducing the challenger, Chris the Pitbull Anderson. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim. He's from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada now, living and fighting out of Los Angeles, California. He weighed in at an official 138 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this 5-time undefeated world champion has a record of 43-0 with 20 KOs, presenting the World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham.
And there you have it as we get set for this title bout. And the final instructions from the referee, Corey Schaefer.
Let's keep the kicks off the knees. 8 rounds for the championship of the world. Let's touch gloves. Let's do it.
And we have yet another special treat, another guest celebrity joining us. Let's make way for actor Chuck Norris, star of countless movies around the world. And Chuck, welcome. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Very nice to meet you, and a pleasure to have you alongside. I know you're also here in Las Vegas. I mentioned it before, to promote your anti-drug campaign.
Yeah.
I know you'd like to say a few words about that.
Yeah.
Peter Cunningham with the black and gold, and his challenger, Chris Anderson, 53-3 with the blue and the yellow.
Cunningham, hard-kicking Sugar Ray Leonard, as he tells us. He says Anderson will try to turn the fight into a war. And Cunningham, in the black and gold, told us we'll see both Western style and Muay Thai style tonight from him. He's very disciplined and a master of the jab.
This is an 8-round fight, 3-minute rounds, 1-minute rest period. Knees are allowed. They can score knees from the waist to the armpits.
This is scoring on a 10-point must system, 3 scoring judges. No minimum kick rate.
Nice right hand by Peter Cunningham.
And very interesting footwear there by Anderson, I might add.
Yeah, those are plastic foot pads.
With the toes protruding out.
Yeah, what they want to protect is their ankle.
Actually, the pads, you know, save the fighter as much as it does the guy who's kicking. You know, many times that it prevents injuries to the shins as well. So a lot of times the fighters wear them for their own protection.
Chuck, when you see this kind of action, and we are seeing some good action here, do you get the urge to climb into the ring yourself, or would you?
Not with Pete Cunningham, no. I'd rather watch.
I do not blame you. He is.
Petey, I've worked out. I've trained with Petey, and he's just a tremendous fighter. And very elusive. It's hard to hit, as you can tell. He's having a hard. Chris is having a hard time hitting Petey, and because he's so elusive as a fighter.
That's right. He also teaches the sport, and he teaches Chuck Norris among other notables and celebrities. And is there one thing that stands out most in your mind, Chuck, that you've learned the most from Mr. Cunningham?
Well, of course, the main thing is being able to coordinate your hands and feet in a boxing-type manner. A little bit different than karate itself. It's more of a combination of boxing techniques along with the kicks, and a little different than the traditional karate system.
And Sugarfoot Cunningham with a high kick to the face there, missing with the right. And he's got a movie coming out called Rage and Honor, so everybody's trying to get into the act.
Well, he's a handsome young guy, you know. He's very articulate, and I think he'd do well as an actor.
Pete Cunningham's incredibly in shape.
And both go down as Anderson just fell on top. Look at Cunningham ready to go. He was perched like a snake, ready to snap right back at Anderson. Cunningham trains very hard, has a battery of people around him all the time, make sure he's in shape. And that is it for round 1. This is scheduled for 8. We'll take a good look at Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham, very flamboyant.
His hand is down. You step in,
even winking to somebody.
The main thing Pete has to watch out for is the power of Chris Anderson. You know, he has a huge knockout record, and Petey's not a knockout fighter, so he has to be real careful about that.
And the crowd enjoying this action.
Got any of those red things?
as we are getting set for round 2 of the World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Championship. Good look here at Chris Pitbull Anderson, the former WKA World Lightweight champ. A man who does not quit, very determined. Here we go, round 2. This is the 3rd of 5 fights on tonight's big card here at the Thomas & Mack Center, all leading up to the explosive main event, the heavyweight championship. Dennis Alexio and Bronco Sikatic. Steve Albert along with Bob Wall, former karate champion, and Chuck Norris ringside here.
Pete Cunningham, the black and gold, and Chris Anderson from Florida with the blue.
And let's see if they rule that a knockdown. Yes, they do, and Cunningham protests. The referee, Corey Schaefer, says it is a legitimate knockdown for Anderson. But Cunningham comes up smiling sarcastically.
That'll just inspire Cunningham.
And down goes Cunningham again. Now let's see if they count.
No, it's real slippery up there. What's happening is a lot of them are slipping up there. Even Kathy Long was slipping.
Yeah, it appears the canvas is very slippery.
Yeah.
But the first was ruled a knockdown. The second time was a slip. But that's got to give Anderson a lot of confidence, no matter what.
No question about it. That's going to inspire Chris Anderson's game.
Well, that is a sizzling kick by Cunningham.
Oh, nice left hook by Pete Cunningham. Snap Anderson's head back and follows up with a round kick in the leg.
It is furious.
Cunningham wants that knockdown back.
I think Pete should be careful, though. This guy's got a tremendous knockout punch, and so Pete's going to have to watch out for that.
You're right.
Not lose control.
Anderson's got 42 knockouts out of 53 wins, so clearly he can hit.
Cunningham with a little Floyd Patterson peekaboo style there. Now things have settled down considerably after the frantic display by both fighters earlier on. Looks like Cunningham's trying to measure Anderson out.
A round kick to the leg, but blocked by Cunningham.
Now they just go to the center of the ring, and Anderson is shaken up. I think that was a kick to the groin or the knee. And now a caution by the referee, Corey Schaefer. He's giving Cunningham a warning. That was apparently a kick to the groin. There is no minimum kick rule tonight.
Leg kicks allowed everywhere except, of course, the groin and the kneecap. Actually, the knee joint. And they're allowed to use knees to the midsection only.
And round 2 comes to an end. We're with Chuck Norris and Bob Wall. And Chuck, what's new in your life in terms of the movie industry right now?
I just finished a film that'll be out this summer called Sidekicks, which stars Bo Bridges, Joe Piscopo, Richard Mall from Night Court Bull, and Danica McKellar from Wonder Years.
Great cast.
Yeah, good cast.
There we go. Chris Anderson on the right. Nice left hand by Cunningham. Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham scoring with that left hook there.
And we are set for round 3. This is scheduled for 8 rounds for the World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Championship. A great look at the bell, and that signals the start of round 3. As I look around, good crowd on hand here at the Thomas & Mack Center, enjoying the action. A very lively, exuberant crowd.
Nice round kick by Cunningham to the back of the leg of Chris Anderson.
Sugarfoot Cunningham was put to the canvas, much to his surprise, in the last round. But he said it was a slip.
You don't see that much with Pete Cunningham.
Outside the ring, almost cerebral. Pete Cunningham, fascinated by William Shakespeare. He's a science buff. He loves anthropology, and he loves the right. That was a stinging right to the face of Anderson.
And Chris Anderson likes chess and scuba diving, so he obviously is playing a little of his chess here with a very clever and crafty fighter in Pete Cunningham.
And fighting may be in Cunningham's genes. His grandfather was a boxer. I don't think Anderson expect that. Should never turn his back. A very awkward position for the pit bull.
Yeah, he was a little slow in turning around on that.
I think Pete now is figuring out the fighter. You know, I think he was a little tight the first 2 rounds. I think now he's starting to relax and start playing his own game of fighting. And that's hit and run.
Because generally Cunningham does control the pace of his fights, don't you think?
Yeah, he does. But as you notice, Chris is an unorthodox fighter. He's, he's like a bull. They call him the pit bull or something, don't they?
That's right. That's his nickname, the pit bull.
Yeah, so you can tell he doesn't move, and he just comes charging straight in, and he's strong.
And he is doing just that right now. Straight ahead comes the pit bull, and Cunningham answering back. But now Corey Schaefer, the referee, gets them back into the center.
Chris Anderson was the lightweight world champion and a Golden Gloves champion, so he's had a lot of boxing experience.
He was a Golden Gloves champ at the tender age of 13. So he has fought for many years. He's 24 years old. Cunningham described by his handlers as a champion outside the ring as well as inside.
He's a fabulous human being, he really is, and a bright guy. Nice leg kick by Cunningham.
Final seconds, round 3.
Oh, nice Cunningham.
Good left hand. Good left hand.
And there's the bullying effect of Anderson, and he took one right in the midsection. I think another warning, though, from the referee, Corey Schaefer.
Absolutely, because you cannot clinch.
And that's what he did. Let's find out what's going on with Bruce Beck. Bruce?
The incomparable Bruce Lee was an incredible force in the martial arts, and now there's a coin to commemorate his memory. Bruce Lee, we remember.
Now is your chance to own a one-of-a-kind dedication to the man who started it all, Bruce Lee. This tribute marks the first time anything has ever been created and dedicated strictly to his memory. Set in a white gold-trimmed 13 by 16-inch frame, this tribute comes with an actual full-color photograph of a never-before-released picture of Bruce Lee, taken by friend and fellow actor John Saxon. A reproduction of Bruce's school insignia, highlighted with a quotation that he is most remembered for, accent the tribute. The coin is 1 ounce .999 pure silver and is a limited edition of only 10,000. Each tribute comes with a certificate of authenticity and is individually numbered. To get your tribute to Bruce Lee, phone 1-800-554-BLEE. That's 1-800-554-BLEE.
All right, as we head into round number 4, hope you can take part in that Bruce Lee tribute. This is scheduled for 8 for the World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Championship between Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham in the black with the gold trim and Chris Pitbull Anderson in the blue with the gold. And to this point, it has been mostly Sugarfoot.
Oh, nice right by Cunningham.
Sugarfoot was decked in the second, but that only gave him more confidence, and Anderson's in trouble. And Anderson is hobbling. Oh, brother, what a shot by Cunningham. He's looking to polish them off. He is just airing it out, pouring it on, swarming.
The referee gave him a warning. You can see the tempers kind of rising there.
But it looked like a foul by Cunningham, and now Corey Schaefer is trying to settle Anderson down. Anderson very upset. Looked like he got one right in the kneecap.
Yeah.
But you got to protect yourself at all times in the ring unless the referee's stopping it.
Right.
So he was fair game to Pete Cunningham.
A fighter can kick anywhere except on the groin or the knee joint. It looked like Anderson was hobbled by a shot to the knee. Midway, round 4. It's like the calm after the storm now. Let's see if it heats up again. A running start by Cunningham and a knee to the head. And that's another infraction by Cunningham. And I'll tell you what, Chuck, he's got to be careful. Yeah. He could get disqualified. And now Corey Schaefer taking control.
He's taking a point away from Cunningham. You can't grab the head. You can't clinch. That's what he got him for.
See, this is new. You know, this is a new rule, and the fighters aren't used to the knees without the grabbing. It's a new rule, and it's tough for them to adjust to it. Pete's having a hard time adjusting.
The rules have been modified here tonight. And it's not quite as barbaric as Muay Thai fighting, and let's see how this continues.
Pete Cunningham's used to clinching it and using the knee. It's a combination. So, like Chuck said, he's got to get away from doing that, and it's hard. This is the first time not clinching.
We'll give you some more insight into the rules momentarily. Final seconds of round 4.
With that penalty point, Pete's got a lot to catch up on now. He's going to have to really be cool and start playing his way of fighting, his game.
I mean, this could be a 10-8 round for Anderson as a result of the penalizing.
And of course, in the second round, Cunningham was knocked down. That could be a 10-8 round. So Chuck's absolutely right. It could be a hole that Pete's dug for himself.
And in Las Vegas, we have seen some very interesting decisions.
Indeed, we have.
Underline the word interesting.
Yes. An emphasis on very.
Yes, Sugarfoot on the attack, and that's it for round 4. A most intriguing one.
With Anderson, too. See, Anderson's used to the old rules of no leg kicks. And as you can tell, he's not used to taking the kicks to the legs. And he's having a hard time dealing with that because he hasn't, I'm sure he's not used to that type of fighting.
And Chuck on cue, here are the rules. Keep an eye on that bottom one, the leg kicking. And Bob, we saw definite fouling by Sugarfoot Cunningham in that 4th round.
No question. And of course, I know Pete Cunningham, and I don't believe that he'd be fouling intentionally. But I think, as Chuck pointed out, is a matter of adjusting to the rules. You know, he's got reflexes and combinations because he's a noticeably clean fighter. But again, it is fouls according to the rules, and it could cost him.
Well, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, and that's what Cunningham is trying to get adjusted to here as we get set for round 5.
No question.
This is an 8-rounder for the World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Championship. Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham in the black trunks with the gold trim. Chris Pitbull Anderson in the blue trunks with the gold trim. Cunningham is the current North American welterweight kickboxing champ. Anderson, a former world lightweight champ in kickboxing. Furious exchange.
Nice round kick of the leg by Cunningham. But you can see why Anderson got the nickname Pitbull. He's in there and on him. Those leg kicks are starting to take effect on Anderson, though. Oh, nice right-left combination. Cunningham's starting to chop Chris down. He realizes he's got to slow him down a little bit.
Chris is tough, though. He can take a solid hit. As you can tell, it didn't even phase him. A solid left right to the jaw didn't even phase him.
Absolutely right.
I'll tell you what, both fighters in tip-top condition.
Yeah, and they have to go 8 3-minute rounds, punching and kicking, and using the knees as well.
And Cunningham falling over Anderson. It is not ruled a knockdown. There has been one legitimate knockdown, and of all people, it was Cunningham who went down in the 2nd round, although he claims he slipped. The ring does seem to be a little bit on the slippery side. Past the midway point, round 5.
No question, we've seen several fighters slip.
I think the takedown, or when he did go down, was a combination of the slip. But it was ruled a knockdown, so it doesn't matter what you call it.
Goes in the books.
It goes in the books.
I did a fight recently in Australia where it was outdoors and it was raining, and there was good reason for some slipping.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. They all had to go to one side of the ring to fight.
Jeez.
But no problem here at the beautiful Thomas and Mack Center.
Nice side kick by Anderson.
Talking, of course, about the Azuma Nelson-Jeff Fennick rematch a couple of weeks ago in Melbourne, Australia, where it rained through the canopy onto the ring. That was wild.
That was a wild fight. Nice side kick back by Pete Cunningham.
Yeah, big, heavy kick by Cunningham. But the pit bull can take it. In slow motion. Two very tenacious fighters. And it is straight ahead all the way. That's the end of round 5. There has been no let-up in this fight. And I think the big crowd here at Thomas and Mack very appreciative.
3 rounds to go.
And Chuck, I mentioned at the top about your anti-drug campaign. Maybe now you've got a moment you can comment on that. I know it's a great cause.
Yeah, what we're doing is teaching the martial arts in the public school system to help raise the children's self-esteem, their self-worth, hoping that we can get these kids directed in the right way, where they can avoid the pitfalls of peer pressure of getting involved in drugs. And I think that's what the martial arts can do for the kids in the schools. And so it's part of the physical education program. Instead of a kid going out and kicking a ball around the field, they will take the martial arts. So we're very excited about the program.
All right, thanks for filling us in on that. And you're able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and be on hand here. There's Jean-Claude Van Damme signing autographs. We'll be joined by Jean and Chuck later for the main event. As we enter round 6, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham. Oh, good right. And that snapped the head back of Anderson.
Okay, I'll tell him twice. I'll tell him again.
Front kick by Cunningham. To push Anderson back.
Combination just missed by Cunningham. And Cunningham really looking like a man possessed here in round 6.
He knows he has points to catch up on, and now he's starting to try to get him back.
There is no question he lost points on fouls and on the knockdown of the 2nd round, so you never know.
No, he's hurting Anderson with those leg kicks.
Yeah, Chris is hurting bad now.
He really is.
Oh, he caught him with a nice right hand.
Cunningham wants to leave this up to the judges. He wants to end this now in the 6th.
Yeah.
Lunging kicks by Cunningham.
And he hurt him with a drive-in left round kick to the leg and then followed up with the right hand to the head.
Meanwhile, Anderson limping around the ring noticeably. He's got welts on the back of his left leg. Oh, what a great kick.
Oh, beautiful round. I mean, very hard. He's really starting to paralyze Anderson's leg.
He just came from underneath and submarined Anderson.
He's working both legs. Pete Cunningham threw a right round to the left leg and a left round to the right leg.
And then he goes upstairs.
He's a brilliant fighter. He goes up, he goes down, he goes to the inside.
We are seeing it all from Sugarfoot Cunningham.
That's going to hurt the pit bull's mobility. Now, see, he's already starting to overreact to it now. He's obviously got a lot of pain in his legs. Oh,
yeah, he just about had it.
That could have done it right there.
Anderson just...
I'm even surprised that they haven't stopped it now.
Well, he's fighting back, but he's got to have a long road to hoe.
Yeah.
What a finish in the 6th for Cunningham.
Cunningham really turning it up in the 6th round.
That may have been a short round, and much to the happiness of the Pitbull. Meanwhile, they really urge on Cunningham in that corner.
That certainly worked to the advantage of Chris Anderson, if that was, in fact, a short round.
He just barely survived it. You see him grimacing with pain.
There's no question Cunningham is really working on his legs. You can see that he's a very strong guy. He takes a heck of a shot, so he's working on those legs. He's going to chop that tree down.
Chuck, there is such a similarity between what we're seeing here tonight and I think what you do for a living, acting, the movies. There's so much theatrics going on here, and there's so much intensity. You can almost see a correlation between the two.
It is, you know, of course, in the films, you're not going full bore like these guys are, but the intensity is still there. Because to make it look real, you got to put the same energy into the kicks, even though you cannot make the contact that these guys are making. Because you have to do them over and over again. You may have to do that scene 14 to 15 times.
And a lot of stopping and starting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the big difference, I guess.
Yeah.
Right now, Anderson, I think, would like to stop, but they continue on round 7, scheduled for 8. How much more punishment can this kid take?
Well, he's got the heart of a champion. He's been a champion. He wants to be a champion again. So Chris Anderson, born in Chicago, a tough kid. He's limping noticeably. And Cunningham's obviously going to keep working on his legs. Oh, he goes high with a round. He misses.
Cunningham, probably the greatest technician in the history of kickboxing, according to the World Ratings Chart and Kickboxing publication. Paul Maslach of the
round kick. Beautiful round kick by Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham to the face of Chris Anderson. And a nice driving side kick by Pete Cunningham. And again, a beautiful round kick to the leg.
And Anderson went flying. I don't mean
this corner throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
That is it.
That's enough.
Anderson upset, but he shouldn't be. And Cunningham does quite a flip to celebrate.
He got caught in the middle of his flip.
He did.
By one of his cornermen.
He did. He collided with one of his cornermen. Meanwhile, look at Anderson's reaction here. He's not happy. No. He thought he could continue, but his corner threw in the towel.
Yeah, he's very unhappy with his corner, and I don't blame him in a way. I mean, he had the heart. He wanted to keep going.
Yeah, that's no way for a champion to go down.
No, that's too bad. I think his corner threw in prematurely.
Yeah.
And a very despondent Chris Anderson just hanging on in his corner right there, being consoled by Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham. And Cunningham motors on. He's now 44-0-1. And they'll call that a technical knockout, so he now has 21 KOs. But perhaps the most intriguing move of the night was the attempted backflip by Cunningham to celebrate the victory, colliding with his own cornerman. So we saw a little bit of everything in that bout. Most interesting. But you're right. I wonder if they prematurely threw in that towel as far as Chris Anderson.
Well, tomorrow morning, Chris won't think so, because he's going to be hurting real bad tomorrow morning, and he's going to have a hard time walking for a few days. So I'm sure tomorrow, he'll be happy it was over.
So we're getting ready for the official decision, and with that, let's throw it up to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Corey Shakery stops the bout. The time, 53 seconds of the 7th round. The winner, and still World Martial Arts Challenge Junior Welterweight Champion, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham.
So Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham rejoicing. Nice
a round of applause for Chris Anderson.
And a terrific effort by Chris Anderson to hang tough. He took a lot of punishment from this young man, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham. There's Anderson, who did not like the fact that his corner threw in the towel. All right, let's go up to Bruce Beck in the ring. Bruce?
Sugarfoot, some tough going in the early part of the fight.
Yeah, no excuses. Chris is a very good fighter, and yes, he's a worthy champion. Tough kid, very tough kid, and a good puncher. We just heard we got to come out straight away to just switch the fights around, so we were kind of cold coming into the fight. So it took me quite a while to get going, and my trainer Shuki Ron and Herschel Jacobs were trying to get me to cross the right hand and work on the leg kicks, and the leg kicks they turned out for us.
Now you were penalized a point early. Did that affect your fight?
I know whenever you penalize a point in a round, it's kind of hard playing catch up. So that was on my mind a bit. But my corner showed me that all I had to do was stay on him, stay on his legs, and everything would work out for us.
And you put the pressure on in the 6th and 7th rounds.
Yeah, you got it. Because by the 6th and 7th round, I figured, okay, the kid's a bit of a puncher. I don't feel any warmer than I did when I came in the 1st round, so let me cut him down a bit.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham had some trouble in the early going, but he prevails and wins another belt. Let's go back to ringside.
All right, thanks very much, Bruce. As Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham wins his 6th championship belt at the age of 28. He is a true kickboxing champion. All right, we've got more routines, more demonstrations coming up before our last 2 fights, all leading up to our big main event, the heavyweight championship, Dennis Alexio and Bronco Sikatic. And standing by to introduce a new act up on the stage is our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please on our special demonstration stage presenting Joe Yohasha and the Asian Pacific Breaking Team.
Hey!